7th, 2019. We are working hard to revise our executive summary, I guess you can call it, for investments. We're working really hard to, reach this first round of getting 1.75 million to be able to continue fueling the prototype program and developing the product to a point where we can launch our first iteration. We have submitted some applications to a bunch of different places. Um, a couple thousand. We did get rejected from Boeing, so that really sucks. And it was the second rejection from them. So we're going to go back to the drawing board and figure out a different way to reach out to them and look at the material again, revise it, and see if there's something different that we can do to capture interest on their end. We have submitted to JetBlue. We did officially get rejected once from them. We went back, revamped everything, made it more clear on the benefits on their end, and we're really hoping for a positive response from them on that. So it's one of my top goals to be able to work with those guys. So overall, it's just a lot of work. A lot of deadlines coming up. One in particular that kind of crept up on me is the fact that I'm just about out of insulin. So that always sucks. There's always, I can't afford to get my medication through I don't even know if it's conventional, but the conventional means, at a pharmacy and everything. So I typically, 2 to 3 times a year, go out on Craigslist and, I find it wherever I can find it. And, I've driven all the way up to 20 hours in one day to go get the medicine. And it's funny on the other end, they always think I'm only like 30 minutes away. So I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I'm over here and da da da. I can meet you there, tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the truth is, I hop in the car like most likely a rental car that night to drive all the way up there to be there in time to meet with them. I've learned over the years that whenever you tell people you're like 10 hours away or 12 hours away, they kind of tend to freak out and then they don't want to sell it to you because I don't know why. But the point is, they feel more comfortable when they think that you're a local yokel right there. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty good on my Humalog, but my Lantus is kind of crept up on me. I didn't really see that coming. It's one of the things that's really fundamental about this pod pack. It solves that issue on a medical front. So if you're able to communicate with this thing and just kind of like throw some stats at it throughout the day and let it know how much insulin you took and if it's able to record that information and kind of categorize and organize it, at some point you have the capability to ask the pod pack, what was my average set of doses given for that, for the last 6 months or 3 months or whatever it is. And from there, throw in there how much insulin you have and then do just a basic projection of how long you have until you run out of medication. From a diabetic's point of view, it's a little morbid, but it is what it is. It's always life in a bottle. So you look at it as how many days you have to go out and find more so that you can continue to thrive and perform and do, and seek your dreams and stuff. So I probably have somewhere around, maybe 3 weeks of Lantus left, maybe 2 weeks. It's hard to tell because when you run into some of those difficult days, which is all based on discipline, but you sometimes end up taking more insulin than what you anticipated, and so it could throw off that average a little bit. So the projection is always like plus or minus a couple weeks. But yeah, so it's just another example of what the pod pack is being designed for. The first point of impact, penetration in the market is going to be airline industry. It's a great product for that. We see a lot of great potential in solving a lot of the fundamental issues that have been sitting there. Specifically, obviously, luggage and check in and check out and, protecting your valuable possessions and tracking them and kind of knowing what's going on with your stuff. So we really anticipate it's going to be quite successful. Our goal is to be the number one only the only luggage to enter or exit an airport. And that's a pretty lofty goal, but it's going to benefit everybody, airliners as well as end users. So we'll continue to give you guys an update later. Appreciate the support.